Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and welcome to this Marvel Snap gameplay video about Armor, a card that I think goes a little underappreciated in Marvel Snap. What's interesting about Armor is that he has a whole bunch of utility that kind of goes well outside the box. And as I spoke about in my Cosmo video, I really do think that one of the best skills to develop as a Marvel Snap player is the pattern recognition, where you can start to determine what kind of builds and what kind of decks your opponents might be playing. That allows you to be proactive in your card placement in order to counteract what they might be doing in terms of their combos. And Armor, low-key, lets you do exactly that. Not quite to the extent of Cosmo, but still to an interesting extent. There's another defensive side to Armor as well. Armor, for instance, can be used in many of the Zoo decks that are very common for new players to the game in Pool 1. As I spoke about in my best deck video, the Zoo meta is kind of really important and kind of a key component to starting your process and starting your kind of climb up the ranks in Marvel Snap, as those are the cards that work the best at low collection levels. And Armor allows you to protect those cards. Cards like Ant-Man, Nightcrawler, cards like Korg, they're all vulnerable to Killmonger. Killmonger just comes in and wipes out your cards. And suddenly that Zoo and the Squirrel Girl, for instance, I almost forgot about Squirrel Girl. How could you forget about Squirrel Girl? She's absolutely vital to the Zoo meta, and basically her and all her squirrels die to Killmonger. That's so sad. But Armor can protect them. You might have a lane with Squirrel Girl, Nightcrawler, and Ant-Man, and then you drop Armor into that lane to finish it off. You give Ant-Man the buff up, and Armor protects all those units and ensures that they don't get wiped out by something like a Killmonger. But what's also interesting is the offensive capability. Once again, that pattern recognition we were talking about before. So what happens when you have an enemy who plays, Bucky Barnes and Nova? Well, you're going to assume that they're probably going to follow up with a Carnage or a Venom in that lane. So if you're able to throw Armor on top of that lane, it prevents him from comboing in, because when he drops Carnage into an armored lane, those units don't get destroyed and nothing happens, and his combo is dead in the water. So there's a lot of really interesting utility to Armor, and you'd often find yourself surprised at how often he will completely disrupt an enemy's game plan. Now, the card Destroyer isn't as common in the meta as it might be, and you won't deal with it until you get to Pool 3 anyways, and I know a lot of the people watching right now are relatively new to the game, as the game's pretty much brand new. But he does have a lot of utility in a lot of ways, and Armor can be used to actually protect your units from being destroyed by something like Destroyer. So again, there's so many interesting ways to use this card, and in these gameplay clips, I got some really cool examples of how I was able to use this card to my advantage and often surprise my enemy into sneaking out a really decisive win. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy these highlight videos. Alright, so we have Quinjet, we have Ant-Man. I like sending out Quinjet early is kind of cool because it sends like the wrong message of what this deck is. Like, this guy might be thinking, oh, is it a destroy deck? Oh, buddy, I need to play Armor there. Sauce me Armor. Give me, Lizard. Okay, Lizard here's not bad. We got rid of Namor, right? Yeah, so Lizard here's not bad because they won't really know to play into him. So the easy play here is playing Cosmo here, because it prevents, he has initiative, but it prevents him from destroying unless he uses Warmonger, right? But he's unlikely to use Warmonger. He's more likely to use like Carnage. So unless he does not play here right now, let me just see. Well, whatever. What the hell? He plays mid. It looks like he's setting up a Destroyer deck, by the way. You know what? I'm going to do, this is a bit of a meme play. I'm going to Wong here, and I'll Spectrum on 6. He's got Bucky Barnes. He's playing a Destroyer deck. He's playing a Destroyer deck. He's 100% playing a Destroyer deck. Okay. Okay, when Armor comes out, I have initiative. Armor drops first. I don't see this guy. Okay, he plays 4 cards in Dark Dimension. Goose comes out. Ant-Man comes out. Okay, I'll find a way to lose this game. But like, this is Spectrum into Wong. where he's not going to be able to destroy Nova or Bucky Barnes. Goose, he can't play a 6 cost there. So he cannot play here. If he has destroy, he cannot play here. If he plays here, these guys don't get destroyed, and he already filled mid. So what's his play? I'm gonna listen. I don't care if I lose. Of course you retreated. You just got absolutely clapped up because the armor single-handedly prevented him from winning. 100% it was a destroyer deck. Armor won us this game. That's all it is. A 2-drop on turn 5 won us this game because armor comes down and these cards are literally useless. Literally useless. And he's got 4 unrevealed cards and he just feels so sad. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry it had to happen like that, but armor was just too good for you, bud. Tonight's been a rough... Oh, of course we get subterranean. Okay, this game's trying to tilt me out. This game's trying to get me to uninstall. Plays the rock right off the bat. It's Electra. It's a Cosmo. So... And the rock. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? We're just gonna drop this. I could even drop the rock into that location, honestly, to just feed the Ant-Man. I probably honestly will. Bucky Barnes comes out. I'm gonna snap on this guy. That must feel really bad to drop Bucky Barnes into armor. Oh, especially when that comes out too. My gosh, this guy must be tilted. We're gonna drop... I think I just throw the rock down here. He throws double into Murder World. Yeah, so he's gonna drop. He drops the rocks and Wolverine. Okay. I mean, the Wolverine play is like very much whatever.
Enough said, bub.
He just ends up there anyways. Okay. Very much a whatever play. Not too concerned with that here. We need some decent pulls. Of course, we pull a rock. Rogue represents a really interesting counter, but unfortunately what I think we do is we just tempo her out here. We need to bank on the fact... do I just play this here? I think I do. I just give Ant-Man the... Yeah, I do this. I give Ant-Man the plus. Unfortunately, this kind of takes out Namor a little bit. It prevents Namor from having true value. Okay, just kill Wolverine again and displace him.
Enough said, bub.
He ends up in the same spot again. Okay. Now we got Wong. So we can run Wong Spectrum. We got the combo here. We pulled it at the last possible second. He's playing here. Wong comes in. We definitely won the left side. Killmonger comes out. It does not impact pretty much anybody. That was weird. Is Armor the MVP of this game? Because now we're going to get 8 here because of the Rogue Wong. Spectrum comes in as a 4. Like this, it's enough to gap this. So he actually has to play here, and he's gone. A very straightforward win. And I gotta tell you, I think Armor here. I think the Armor might have been the winning play. Like, I don't know why he played Killmonger like that. Very suspect play, honestly. This sucks. Because we're gonna lose Namor. We're gonna lose, sorry, Wong. So yeah, we're doing a Wong going deck. The idea is to capitalize on the combination between Wong and Spectrum, who we did not pull. So we are in a bit of an awkward spot. I don't want to risk playing Goose here. So we're gonna play Goose here. I could play Goose. I want to see what this is before I play Goose, because we can't do it. He plays Bucky Barnes, so he obviously wants to destroy that there. Do we pull Armor? We do not pull Armor. Okay, what we're gonna do, we've kind of messed up Namor a little bit here. Namor's not gonna be what we want. We're gonna play here with this, so that he can only play his big cards on the right. But same here. Okay, Goose comes out. This is very awkward. This is very awkward. He can zoo us here and be very effective. We lose our Spectrum Wong. We got Wong back. We did not get Spectrum back. Oh, we did get Spectrum back. Hell yeah. Okay, what we're going to do here then is we're actually going to play... We have initiative too, so we're going to play Armor mid, and then we are going to play Wong Spectrum onto turn 5-6. All right, Armor is going to prevent this Bucky Barnes Squirrel into Carnage situation. He's going to play Carnage mid here is what I'm... What is he doing left? It's Deathlock. Okay, Deathlock killing the squirrel, not a big deal. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna snap on him here. I'm gonna drop Wong. I mean, he could still beat us, but we're in a pretty good spot right now. I kind of wish that Ebony Maw was out there, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be that lucky. So he does drop. It's the Hood. So he's kind of it's Killmonger coming out. He kills Quinjet and the Hood. Cannot kill Bucky Barnes or Squirrel, but he couldn't have killed Bucky Barnes anyway. Like that was a pretty interesting play there. Now, I think he can beat us. That Killmonger play was good because it actually took out a lot of value here. Because even if we drop here, she's a 5. He gets the 4, so that's 9. These guys go up. Okay. He'll still be... He doesn't make it. Goose doesn't make it, so actually that is problematic for us. Let's go for it. For the content. He gives up that lane. He drops a small card mid. We get the double Spectrum. It's possible that the mid play isn't enough. It's Demon, and it's Death. We still win! Yes! What? Oh, thank you, Spectrum and Wong. Well played indeed. Well played indeed, and I gotta tell you, this combination is fantastic, and it just showcased why right now. And Armor, once again, like, making it so he couldn't take out Bucky Barnes, like, that Winter Soldier would have easily have taken this lane to another direction.